Yeah. Just need to like figure out how to get comfy. There we go.
Okay, nobody needs to hear you talking about getting comfy because we are now live on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the podcast.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working. I can hear you.
What's up? What's up, Endejos?
What are you doing, Jared? I mean, Double J.
Yo, that's
What is your
dirty. Dirty.
What's your real name?
My real name is Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Some people call me Jesus. It's all good. Hey, how you gonna use my government name on there? You know how many people are gonna start messaging me that now?
Can you delete that, Buck? Is there any way you can go back and delete that?
No.
Oh, you're screwed. Sorry, buddy.
I can't even hear Buck anymore.
Oh, Buck. Seriously?
How's that? Can you hear me now?
There we go. Stop messing around with your stuff, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All
Good.
right. Welcome to quarantine. What day are we? What day is this?
A lot. This is day a lot. That's what it is.
Day 13?
I've been laying in bed so long that my back hurts.
Are you getting bed sores?
I'm one step away from getting COVID-19 now. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Buck, we can't hear you. Dang
So
it.
you're just gonna have to deal with the shitty sound. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I can hear you now. You sound great.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm so paranoid. I woke up kind of tired the other morning, and I was like, I have coronavirus. Oh my god, I have coronavirus.
Bro, I went on a week and a half long road trip with my girlfriend, and we drove to like Kansas City, Arkansas, Memphis, Asheville, St. Louis, while all this quarantine stuff happened. Yeah. And then the next day I get back and my body is starting to ache, right? So I'm like, oh man, I just don't know I think I'm a hypochondriac because my mom is one. So I think so for like 2 days, I was thinking, oh my God, this is the beginning stages. I'm going to die. I might as well drink as much as I can right now. So then I was hungover for like 2 or 3 days, and it just turns out I had driven for a week and a half, so that's why I was sore.
Oh,
I didn't even have corona.
Yeah. I don't think that's one of the telltale signs of coronavirus.
No, body aches. Yeah, no, it totally is.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, Double J, tell everybody where you're at. So like you were in Albuquerque, you left. You went to just kind of walk everybody through where you're at right now, as far as like where you got and how you landed and all that stuff.
Well, I after I left Albuquerque, people know my son passed away, so I kind of just went on this crazy long sabbatical by myself, and then I ended up going to Nashville, and from Nashville to Hawaii, I lived in Hawaii.
Oh, that's cool.
The thing that people don't realize.
Fine.
Okay. The thing that people don't realize about Hawaii is how crazy expensive it is to live in Hawaii. So I went from it was like almost $5,000 a month. Well, sure, I looked at the Waikiki beach every month or every morning. I would wake up. I went from $5,000 a month to less than $1,000 a month. So, you know, I'm okay. So now I'm in Nebraska, and I'm living in Nebraska, loving life.
Nice.
Wait, so Nebraska, is it? I've never been. Is it probably not a lot of mountains there, I would imagine?
No, there are no mountains here. Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing.
Like I honestly think that just picture an ironing board, how high an ironing board will go, about the highest a hill gets here. There are no mountains here.
Man,
yeah, no.
Sounds great.
Crazy.
You guys just have cornfields out there, right? That's pretty much what it is.
There are quite a bit of corn. There's a lot of cornfields here. Like they're freaking everywhere, bro. Everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah. Is there a lot of white people? Is it just mainly white people?
No, there's I think there's like 3 or 4 black people in the state. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good for them.
So we're like double. Yeah. So New Mexico's basically doubled because we used to always kind of have a running joke that there were like 6 or 7 black dudes in Albuquerque, and we knew
right.
3.
No, yeah, I think I there isn't a lot of black people here. Yeah, there's a lot of What? I still work here, so I can't talk shit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I probably should. The last thing I need is my bosses somehow finding this and then, oh, you're talking shit about Nebraska. Next thing I know, I'm getting fired. I don't need that.
All right, so let me ask you about Cheaters Hotel, because when you took Cheaters Hotel to Hawaii, it blew up on the island, right? I mean, it was huge. Yeah, and then you moved to Nebraska, and it's like, are you still doing it? Can't do it?
No, so here's the thing. So I actually called Buck one day, and I'm like, Buck and I were talking when I first moved to Hawaii, and I was like, man, I really need to figure out, I just need that one bit that's going to get everybody.
Yeah.
And for me, I think War of the Roses is kind of played out. It's kind of cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Like if you listen to, Ryan Seacrest or for me, I think John Jay and Rich do it the worst. Like that's just they're absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And sorry, John Jay and Rich, I'm not talking crap, but I just think it's psychologists. And to me, that's just not entertaining. And so Buck had told me, he goes, hey, remember we used to do Cheaters Hotel in Albuquerque. Why don't you try Cheaters Hotel in Hawaii? So we brought Cheaters Hotel to Hawaii, but I really took it from over a period of like a month or two. We really kind of fine-tuned it and started adding a ton of effects. And so we would record the whole thing, but then when we would go back in post-production, I would take sometimes 2-3 hours creating one of these. And they were just absolutely insane. They're really funny stuff, really, really insane. And so when I got here, I'm like, oh, you know what? We should start doing Cheaters Hotel. And I realized after being on the air for about 3 days that there was no way in hell people here in Nebraska could handle with Cheaters Hotel. Absolutely no way. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can kind of relate to that, because Montana, when I was doing mornings up in Montana, I got sued. And then that's how I ended up with Buck, because they couldn't handle some of the drama of what I produce. So is that kind of what it's like in Nebraska?
Yeah. It's the Midwest is different than the Southwest. Like people on the West Coast, Hawaii, the Southwest, they kind of got that, they're okay with jokes. They're okay with funny things. They're okay with making fun of stereotypes. What I found being here in Nebraska is that, if I'm telling a story, and you guys know me, like if I'm telling a story on the air and it's about something that has to do with a story out of Mexico, I will play La Cucaracha in the background or Mexican music that in the background.
Right.
And then I'll do like a stupid accent, like, hey man, some stupid accent, And out here, like people just automatically assume, oh, you're racist, They don't realize that my girl is Latina, my kids are Hispanic. You know what I mean? It's like no matter, you can't do any voices. You can't do anything like that. One of my buddies out here is he's Afghani. I can't do an accent like that on the radio without somebody out here accusing me of being racist. And it's like, like we're not a serious morning show. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like if we were trying to be serious, like if you get InfoWars, for instance, okay, if you're on InfoWars and you're doing an accent like that, chances are you're probably pretty fucking racist. Okay. But if you're here, and you're doing, stupid fart jokes and, dumbass jokes, and you do, oh, you cannot buy this oil for this much. Like, that's not racist. Like, it's just being stupid and funny, Yeah. But I don't know. Not everybody's like that. I think it's just a handful of people who kind of don't want to let that. They just don't want to progress into how the world is changing, and that's okay. For me as a human being, as a radio personality, and it kind of makes you have to go, okay, well, let my on-air content, because I want it to fit here. So like the stuff I was doing in Albuquerque, the stuff I was doing in Hawaii, I can't do that kind of stuff here. I just had to figure out a whole new approach and a new way to really address that, if that makes sense. And it's working, and I'm okay with it. 3 black guys that live here in Nebraska are okay with it too, from what I hear. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Well, how long are you planning on staying in Nebraska? Is this something that you got to be there for the long haul, or what's the deal?
I like working for this company, whether it's here in Nebraska or they ship me off somewhere else. I actually like working for Alpha Media. I think it's they're very, very well put together. They're very on top of it. It's been a while since I worked for a company that had meetings. When I worked in Albuquerque for years, we didn't have the type of meeting that we have now. Now I'm not only am I doing mornings here in Nebraska, but I also and so mean, we're in a few times, a couple times a week, especially now that the coronavirus thing is happening, and to get these company-wide meetings where they're sharing ideas company-wide, it's kind of refreshing because you don't see that a lot in radio anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of the coronavirus, how is Nebraska right now? I'm sure you've heard all the details from your girlfriend back here in New Mexico. People are fucking stupid here in New Mexico. How stupid are they there in Nebraska?
No, everybody's pretty cool. Like everybody's distancing. It's weird to go into the grocery store to get some chicken for a barbecue earlier. They have X's out of tape every 6 feet throughout the entire, and people
really?
It's pretty wild. People kind of go with it. I mean, I think there's only 60 something cases here. I think only one person has died. I don't even want to speak on it because I'm not sure here. I know there's less than 100, and I do think one person died recently.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You and New Mexicans, they're getting wild out there, huh? Are they still stealing cars? Coronavirus, huh?
Yeah.
Of course. It's New Mexico, man. Come on.
Go to my highness. I got to steal a car. She's got coronavirus.
Hashtag New Mexico true, baby. Hashtag New Mexico true.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of beer are you drinking right there?
I right now am drinking a peanut butter porter right now. It's called Long Route. Okay, hold on.
Oh, Dex is having a Moscow Mule.
I'm not gonna lie, those are pretty. Yeah, cheers. Those are pretty good.
Cheers.
And Buck, what are you drinking? Metamucil?
In his daily fiber.
Hey, Buck, you look way different with your mustache and everything shaved out. You got to grow that back, player.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I know. I look all alone without my stuff. I cut my hair short and.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is my wife is an OR nurse down at Presbyterian, and they're doing something like one of her shifts, like she's going to do next week, is just where they fit people for those N95 masks.
Right.
The people that work at the hospital, and they have to fit a certain way, and they do these tests on them to make sure that they're sealed. And she told me last week, she was like, listen, if you have facial hair, it won't seal. And so I just took it as go shave your beard off. So I went and shaved my beard off, and I came back, and she looks at me and she's like, dude, we're not wearing masks yet. Why did you do that?
Hey, you know what would be fun? So, she put a picture printed out life size, and she's all, when you come talk to me, you need to put this on before you talk to me. So that
yeah, maybe I'll do that. We'll see. So.
How about any toilet paper shortages in Nebraska? Was there any craziness with the toilet paper?
Yeah. People are. Let me tell you something. People are fucking nuts. Not just here in Nebraska. Let me tell you something. For anybody watching this, you people that hoard the toilet paper, it's such a selfish piece of shit thing to do. Now I gotta wipe my ass with my towel. Fuck you. That means now I gotta go buy more Tide. Now it's a selfish thing to do. Yeah. In fairness, I want to show you something. You stay right there. Hold on. In fairness, I'm going to show you something.
Now you're going to see who's hoarding all the toilet paper.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be.
Oh man.
Oh.
In fairness, so this is these are wipes, my friend. Okay, and here you cannot find wipes. Okay. They're almost impossible. You cannot find them on Amazon. You cannot find them on CVS.com. You can't find them anywhere, right? So I got them everywhere. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm selling these things for $100 each. So if anybody wants one, you can Venmo. Huggies too. Okay. Now I have the generic brand for $57 each. Okay. Okay. How I got all these was when my girlfriend and I on our big road trip. We literally started stopping at different Dollar Generals in the middle of nowhere, thinking, well, maybe they'll have some in there. And we would go in there, and literally in the middle of nowhere, towns of like 800 people, we would stop and we would find like 2 of wipes. So, and that's what we did. So we just stocked up on them.
Yeah.
But anyways, $100.
Dude, you're gonna be like that guy on Amazon that bought 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer and tried to sell it, and Amazon was like, "Sorry, folks, park's closed." 1,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. There was a guy on Amazon. He's a seller. He bought 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer and wanted to price gouge everybody. And Amazon caught it right away, and they were like, "Sorry, you're banned from selling these." So he ended up actually donating them.
All right, so he went from a piece of shit to a little less than a piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
There is, it's funny. I think I told Dex about this. There was a guy on Amazon. Sarah likes to eat these particular type of beans. They're called ranch beans.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, usually like 80, 90 cents a can or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Is that
Case
the one?
36. They have those that have jalapenos in them, yes. Okay. But a case of 36 he was selling $333.
How much?
Wow.
$333. It was like $9.25 a can. He's gone now. He's not on there anymore because I actually called Amazon and complained.
Your friend Double J. I have these. These are for New Mexicans, by the way. I have chili flavored top ramen, only $30 a 6-pack. What a bar! Yeah, these are chili flavored. I know.
You take Apple Cash? Get an Apple Pay?
Yeah, damn right. I take Apple Pay. Go ahead.
Hey, by the way, the Wi-Fi in Nebraska sucks.
Yeah, what are you in a fucking cornfield?
Yeah, what the hell? You can barely see you.
What do you mean you can barely? I'm looking at myself. I don't look good, but I don't look horrible either.
You're all blurry.
Look, I'm super clear. I'm like 720p, and Dex looks like a vampire from Vampire. He's all pasty and pale, and you're just like all fuzzy.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't give me shit right now, okay? I have enough stress in my quarantine thing going on right now. Don't give me no more shit about the quality of my year-old laptop that I'm using because for some reason we can't use our goddamn cell phones.
But no, you know what? You probably can at this point. Why don't you hop off and try to use your cell phone and see if that works? Oh, wait, you can't, though, because of your mic.
Wait, no. I think I might have figured that part out. All right, hold on. Wait, right. 4 people can log in, right?
We can have 6 people if we'd like.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got somebody else on. Why don't you send Dilbert the link? Dilbert number 1. Send Dilbert number 1 the link.
Send Dilbert the link.
See if we can get him to I don't know, bang his head against the wall or something.
All right, let me see.
I got an idea here. Hold on. Let me try this.
See if I can get him to hop on. Excuse me. I don't have Corona. I'm good.
Bye.
You with us still?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying. Now it says it.
Okay, here we go. Oh, boom. That's way better.
Okay, wait, is that better?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound great. You look great.
Yeah, you look.
You're damn right I do. You're damn right.
No, you look like you're ready to declare jihad against somebody with that beard or fatwa or something. But now it's clear.
Yeah, maybe go back to the other one. You're scaring our listeners off.
Hold on 1 second. Let me really scare some motherfuckers. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
Do you steal that microphone from a radio station?
No, he just bought it actually. We were just
really?
The other day. Yeah, he just bought it.
Dang.
What's up, Kim?
Is that a towel?
I can't find a towel. I don't
know. Dude, Rambaldi's on.
Rambaldi.
Hey, did that one look better?
Yeah, this one looks way better.
Okay. Well, just use it. Yeah, I figured out the reason why it wasn't working earlier was because I didn't have my mic plugged in. But yeah, it works.
Good. Works fine. You sound great.
But do I look great? That's the question.
Well, I mean, like I said, your picture is much clearer now.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's good. Oh, that's even better. And you sound fine.
Do I look buff though?
Not really. I mean, if I'm being totally honest.
No, you want to know why? Because I'm a fat pig now. Oh no,
dude, he's on.
Dilbert,
Dilbert,
I just sent you the link. You need to click on it.
Oh my gosh. You know what? We need to have him do some stand-up comedy for us.
Yes. Dilbert, you need to go to your messages. I just sent you the link so you can jump on with us. The greatest comedian in Montana.
Jay, did you ever hear the Dilberts on with us when we were on the radio?
Mm-mm.
So we had stunt guys, and we named them all Dilbert. And the very first one we had was obviously the original Dilbert. He's the OG. But he was gold. I mean, the stuff that we would have him do stuff, like we had him baby bird somebody, or he got baby birded, and we would always feed him like jalapenos and habanero peppers. And it was absolute gold. So hopefully he'll hop on with us.
Well, you know what? It was entertaining at the time. Now, Buck was a bully, is what it was. Let's talk about how much of a bully you were to Dilbert number one, because you almost killed him.
Hold on. To me, that's a really hurtful word to use because
hey, I'm just being real.
People use that for me here at the radio station all the time. Like I'll be goofing around. I'm like, okay, hey, you need to do this, and then people go, oh, you're bullying that person. It's like we're not bullying. We're doing a show. We're trying to make it entertaining.
Buck bullied him.
He did.
He almost died a few times.
What did you do?
I was not a bully. That's bullshit.
No way, man. I always had Dilbert's back, and you were always like, get the taser. Let's electrocute him.
In fairness, there's nothing wrong with that because,
dude,
electricity
on my show.
Electricity is funny.
Do you guys remember Intern Mitch?
It's 2020. You can't say that.
So we had Intern Mitch. We duct taped him to a chair, and this guy. Everybody thought he was bullshitting, but the guy legitimately did not know the words to the Star Spangled Banner. The guy legitimately did not know the words to Jingle Bells because he had smoked so much weed in his life. And I'm like, for a stunt guy, like that is radio gold. And so we would duct tape him to a chair and we would play taser karaoke with him. And so we would have him sing Jingle Bells, and anytime he fucked up, we would taser him. And like it was super funny. I mean, obviously in 2020 you can't do that now because everybody's a bunch of pussies, but
go back in your room. Go.
I don't think that's bullying. I just think that's just good radio. That's an entertaining radio.
Well, we dodged a few bullets, man. The Dilberts are lucky to be alive.
Is he going to come on? What's his deal?
I don't know, man. I sent him a message and he won't get back to me.
What's the worst thing you guys did to him?
We almost got him killed once. We did this thing before.
You might be a bully.
No. This was totally unintentional, and Dex was totally in on this.
Which one?
But before you got here, there was a really bad problem with like aggressive panhandling.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, it was? Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was on Montgomery and San Mateo a few months back, and it's pretty aggressive.
Well, so we used to send out Dilbert with a whiteboard and a dry erase marker, and we would have him go and stand on the opposite corner from a panhandler, and he would write stuff like, "This guy's a fake, give me your money," or just don't give, whatever. And some guy chased him once, I think with a knife or something like that.
We send all our listeners over to him and then basically throw cash at Dilbert. So the other panhandler would see all these people giving him cash. And then the guy's like, get off my territory. And Dilbert stood his ground and the guy ran after him with a knife.
Holy shit.
And
that's crazy.
We didn't know that homeless people were super territorial. I had no idea.
They're not homeless people, man. They're scammers.
Well, I remember one time I was on 25 in Montgomery, and I kept seeing this lady out there. I'm like, I've seen this lady before. And as I'm sitting there, or at the traffic had backed up. You know how there's that one gas station on the left, and then there's the Chevron on the right? So we were backed up kind of by the Chevron, and this lady was right here. And she pulls out a walkie-talkie because she didn't realize we were behind her. And she started talking to the guy as we went over the bridge on Montgomery, and it turns into whatever street that turns into. She was talking to the guy up at the next light, trying to finagle money out of people and shit. So yeah, those motherfuckers, they're pretty wild.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, you almost killed what was it, Julia, with the titanium spine.
Yeah,
that was close call.
What's the craziest?
Come on.
What's the craziest radio bit you've ever done?
It was probably the finger for an iPhone.
The what?
The finger for an iPhone.
What's that?
When the iPhone first came out,
you
sacrificed a finger for the iPhone.
You will explain, because my mind is dirty and filthy, so I'm thinking maybe
somebody chopped the pinky off.
No,
chop a pinky off. For
we did. We chopped the pinky off.
No, you did not.
Yeah, we did.
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking chop somebody's pinky off for a fucking iPhone.
Okay,
everybody thought we did.
Everybody thought we did. We froze chicken bones, and we had a buddy of mine he played the part very well, my friend Jeremy.
Right.
And we had everybody convinced that we were going to take off his finger with bolt cutters for the iPhone. It was the brand new iPhone when it first came out.
Right.
And so, and it sounded like we were on the news. People were pissed. It was great.
That's awesome.
2 nights in a row, we were the top story in the news. People wanted us fired. People loved us. I mean, we had our bosses in on it, so they knew it was all fake. But you had to go, when you went to watch the video, you had to watch the whole video, because at the end, we were laughing and holding the chicken bone and the bolt cutters up, and we showed everybody we didn't cut his finger off. But nobody watches the full video. They just hear it.
See, that's the problem. Like, I learned that with the stupid Michael Jackson bit that I did. This is obviously before he had died, where I had said he had died. And it got so out of control. I waited 15 minutes before I gave the punchline. So I went on the air and I said, "Oh, you guys heard that Michael Jackson died?" And my co-host was like, What are you talking about? I go, "I don't know. All I'm hearing is that he's dead, and we'll get you more news." So then we play like "You Were Not Alone" by Michael Jackson. And then like we did "Gone Too Soon" by Michael Jackson. So 2 songs goes by. And then we go, okay, what we're getting is that Michael Jackson apparently died of food poisoning. And then we play like "Beat It" and Billie Jean, and now people are calling them, bawling their eyes out. And this is, now mind you, a week before this is the same people that were calling Michael Jackson a child molester.
Yeah.
And so we had another bit that we were planning on doing, where we were going to make our producer eat cereal dry cat food with goat milk, because he had lost some bet. So he forgot the goat milk. So we sent him next door to the grocery store, and he went in. And when he came back, he goes, "Yo, like, fucking everybody is talking about Michael Jackson died." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And so a total of about 20 minutes goes by before I give the punchline. And do we know any more? "Oh yeah, so Michael Jackson died apparently of food poisoning." Well, my co-host goes, "Well, what happened?" I go, "Apparently he ate 12-year-old spoiled nuts."
Oh,
right?
My gosh.
So funny joke, right? However, people didn't stick around for 20 minutes, as you know. The average listening pattern is, a few minutes here and there, 4 minutes, 7 minutes, maybe. They didn't stick around 20 minutes. So now this circulates to all the radio stations in Sacramento, Modesto. We were in Stockton. My cell phone rings. It's a news reporter. She goes, "Hey." I'm like, "How did you get my phone number?" She goes, "That's not important. We want to do a story on this." Okay, cool. So they come into the studio. They film all this stuff. She goes, "Hold on, I got to call my producer." She walks back in. She goes, "Ugh, bad news." I go, "What?" She goes, "My producer wants me to take a negative slant on this, about how radio DJs are being too crazy." So she runs the story. Then next thing I know, I'm getting phone calls from people in Las Vegas as I'm driving to work the next morning at 4:00 in the morning going, "Why the fuck are you the lead story in Las Vegas?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And the shit went viral. You know who the craziest fucking fans? Michael Jackson fans, I found.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they were like, I was getting death threats. They had to have security come and they would walk us into the building when we got there. They were doing live shots morning, noon, and night for about 4 or 5 days. Because this was like a month and a half, 2 months after that person died from drinking the water. The water. Remember that? Where there was a hold your weed. So, and then this happened right outside Sacramento. So everybody's like, oh, you know what? The radio DJs are too crazy. Yeah, bro, it was fucking nuts. And so my boss pulls me into a meeting and he says, all right, no more death jokes. We're going to let this one slide. I go, okay, cool. He goes, if the news reporters come up to you, just don't even say anything to them. Okay, cool. So 2 years goes by.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No. So we would never say anything. After about 4 or 5 days, the news reporters all go away and the story dies out. So 2 years later, I go on the air and I tell my co-host, I go, oh, hey, breaking news. Did you hear Keith Sweat just died? So mind you, this is a couple years later. She goes, what are you talking about? I go, I don't know. I'm trying to, same scenario. I don't know. I'm trying to find out I'm trying to get all the info, but what I'm hearing is Keith Sweat was found dead this morning in New York. And so, of course, we start playing like Twisted and Nobody and, you know, all this shit. So I go, okay, well, this time I'm not going to wait 20 minutes to tell the punchline. I'll wait 10 minutes to tell the punchline.
That's still too long.
I was a dumb idiot. I didn't realize that. Okay, so I go, she goes, well, do we know what happened? I go, yeah, apparently Keith Sweat, he was decapitated.
Oh, jeez.
And my co-host is like, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, Keith Sweat was decapitated. And then we go into like Keith Sweat, make her sweat or something, right? So then we come back a few minutes later and she goes, did we find out what's going on? I go, yeah. So Keith Sweat apparently found dead. He was decapitated. This happened in New York. And she goes, well, what happened? And I go, well, apparently they found his head, but nobody. And then we went into the nobody song, right? Oh my God. I almost got fired for that stupid joke.
My God.
Oh, my boss.
Wait, you didn't get fired?
No, I thought I was going to. He was like, hi. He's like, I fucking told you, no more death jokes. And I say the F word as Buck Sunson right there.
What's up, Cash? Hey, buddy. You
want to say hi?
No.
No, he doesn't want to say hi. He's got I don't know if you guys can see this on the side of his face right there. When he got whacked by his little 3-year-old cousin in the face today.
Hey, Cash.
To spread that coronavirus.
Cash, did your daddy do that because you frustrated him? You're in a safe space, buddy.
Go ahead, Cash. You okay, bud?
Turn it down.
Cash, just cough once for me if daddy's hitting you.
You know, I was thinking about, hey, Buck, do you remember the Juggalos when I first started doing the show with you?
Oh, my gosh. Dude, Dex, he just like some of the stuff that he said when he first got here, like, he was like sink or swim getting into New Mexico culture. Like he was fucking clueless as far as the way things operated and worked.
Right.
He decided that he wanted to take on the Juggalos and just start making fun of them.
Wow. Yeah, and for people that don't know who the Juggalos are, Insane Clown Posse, the band, they call themselves the Juggalos.
Yeah, but they're fucking nuts.
Yeah, and I thought they were complete. Listen, I love the Juggalos. I'm in. So I'm just talking about the past. But at the time, I was disrespecting the Juggalos and saying some things on the air, like taunting them. Well, all of a sudden, one of them shows up at the radio station. We see him pull up through our studio window. This guy gets out. He's holding a hatchet. And Buck's like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, where are you going? He goes and lets him in. He lets him into the studio. And this guy comes into the studio while we're on the air. And he's like, why are you disrespecting us, bro? While he's holding the hatchet.
You know, I've always thought the best way to take care of a problem is just to meet it head on. And I figured that would be the best thing to do right at that moment.
You know what sucks is like radio now, you can't do, there's no, like you would get fired. If you ever let somebody in the building now and they were holding that, you would get fired. There's no way you could do stuff like that anymore. You couldn't put Dex's life in danger, even though it's funny. What?
Well, I mean, I got lucky because Buck ran into a friend of his that happens to be like one of the big leaders of the Juggalos in Albuquerque. And he was telling Buck, hey, you tell your boy to back down because there's a group of Juggalos that are trying to figure out where Dex lives, and they're planning on burning his house down.
Oh, good times. The Juggalos, they're such nice people.
Yeah, they're so great. So
they're
great.
good.
See, I could get away with that.
Just like we do, one leg at a time. Come on.
I could get away with making fun of the Juggalos when I was in Albuquerque on Power 106, right? Like I could get away with that. But on a rock station, no way in hell can you get away with making
we played.
Fortunately, we had a little bit of history with the band. They actually played Edgefest 3, and it was 3 or 4 or something like that. And so I can kind of speak their language. I know a lot of the people, so we got to talk to them, and Dex got a pass.
Yeah, got a pass. I love the Juggalos, and I've loved them ever since. I have no problem with them whatsoever.
Dex, you don't have to give them a verbal blowjob. No one's coming after you.
Man. Okay? Hey, I have no problem whatsoever with the Juggalos.
Right.
You know what? I'm a Juggalo. I'm a Juggalo. Okay.
All right, so you have sex in porta potties. I'm just saying, hold on, Juggalos that are watching this. You're telling me you don't have sex in porta potties? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you fucking do. Yeah,
I don't want anybody coming and finding me, all right, with a hatchet. So whatever.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Dex?
Yeah.
So how much weight have you lost since you started working at the fire academy or whatever?
Well, I mean,
Dude, you know what you need to do? You need to pull up that picture and share it, because you can share your screen. So pull up that. Are you on your phone or are you on the laptop?
I'm on the laptop, so I don't know if I could probably pull it up on my phone.
Pull it up and show him, because he was. I'm guessing this is after seeing the photograph. I'm saying 278.
What?
Yeah,
God damn it! Fucking 78. Wow. Shit.
Look at the picture. Okay. All right, Jay. Look at the picture when you see it, and tell me if I'm wrong. I'm telling you.
Hey, email me the picture. Do you have my email? No, just text me the picture.
Okay, I'll text you. Wait, but let me find it.
I'm gonna give you my honest reaction now.
Okay.
This is gonna be awesome. The honest reaction is gonna be.
I'll give you my honest reaction. Wait, do you have my email address? It'd be easier for you to email it to me, so I don't fuck up the screen.
I'll just text it to you. Hold on. I gotta find it first. Where do I have that?
So what's life like out there right now? I was just looking at some CNN stats, and not everybody talks about coronavirus, and saying right now, in the United States, we're at 137,000 cases, 721,000 globally, and they're predicting that the death toll could be 100,000 or more in the United States.
Wait, somebody just put, oh shit, Double J, the Amish DJ is in the house. Andrew. Hey, fuck you, Andrew. Sorry, I know that you're one of your listeners. Sorry.
Be nice to him. I actually work with his wife. She works down at the title company.
Oh, sorry, Andrew.
Oh, that's right. He's got something for Dex too.
Oh, Dex. Well, no, that's actually. Well, that's true, Andrew. That's actually a true statement.
Okay, look at that.
Let me see.
Look at him.
Wait, I can't see. Fuck, god damn it.
Can you see?
Bro, do you have tits in that picture?
Yeah, dude. Those are moobs.
Fuck yeah, they are. Holy shit, you need a man's ear in that motherfucker. Holy shit. Yeah, I saw a picture of you on Instagram the other day when you were at the academy. I was like, fuck, man, Dex lost a lot of weight.
Well, I'd lost a lot of weight before all the fire stuff. You know, I really got into running. So that took off a lot of weight. But I was at my heaviest. I was probably right around 250-ish.
Nah, you're full of shit. Because let me. You're full of shit. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna show you something. Okay. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. You see this right here?
Yeah.
Okay. That is 236. So there's no way. I just weighed myself today. I'm 236. There's no way you were at 250-ish in that picture. All right, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm being honest.
All right. Well, the scales then were telling me it was around 250-ish. So there was no way I was.
Well, Dex, when you started at -20, yes, it's going to tell you 250.
But no, it's the running is really just running every day. You know, that really just took the weight off. You know, and I guess when you get up to running over 10 miles a day, I mean, you're going to start putting that weight pretty quick. So.
You know what? I was reading on The Biggest Loser. What they do is they make them hit the treadmill, right?
Yeah.
And so they'll walk at like a 4 pace, right? Like a pace at 4, whatever that is. But then they do an incline at like 6%.
Yeah.
And then they make them do it for an hour and a half at 6%. No matter what, that's what you have to do. Yeah. And they drop that fucking weight like nothing. Definitely. When I was living in Hawaii, I was hitting the gyms 4 or 5 times a week. I haven't worked out since I got here, and I hurt my shoulder right before I moved. But that weight is starting. I mean, it's really starting to come back on me. I weighed myself this morning. It was 236. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm a fat pig, Kristen. Shit. I'm so sorry.
Well, apparently women love the dad bods. So
this ain't a dad bod. This is a fat pig bod. There's a difference. It's dad bod and fat pig bod. That's what I had, a fat pig bod. But you know what I bought is I bought one of those sweat suits that make you sweat while you work out.
Yeah.
Have you had one of those yet?
Yeah, we did that back in the day.
Yeah.
Does it really work?
Yeah, they do. But it's not. It doesn't really work. I mean, it's for dropping water weight.
Yeah, you're not going to burn any fat on
you, because when we first started, we used to do these. Define does these challenges now. Define Fitness does, and they actually started those after we did one, because we came on together and started doing it, and we would wear those. And what was that stuff Greg Jackson gave us or told us to get? There was some you would rub on yourself.
Yeah.
And it would actually help pull the water out of you. So we were in Define Fitness wearing those suits with all this stuff on us, just dying in the sauna, trying to pull the water out.
I'm guessing, like, if you're hungover and hitting the treadmill with one of those on would probably be pretty good to get all the poisons out of your body.
I mean, it would suck. That would be a terrible workout. But going into a sauna and sweating all the toxins out, it's probably the best thing you could do. But you got to make sure to rehydrate.
Hey, speaking of Greg Jackson, can I ask you guys a question? Because I know you guys are big MMA guys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this with the utmost due respect. What the fuck is wrong with John Jones? Like, seriously, he had one fucking job, and that was to stay the fuck home.
Yeah. Did you guys see the arrest video? Did you see the
No, I haven't seen that.
It's funny. I was on MMA Junkie yesterday, and there's a bunch of stuff that's kind of inaudible, and they cleaned up the audio and they transcribed it for everybody. So if you guys go to MMAJunkie.com, you can actually see the stuff that was kind of missed in the video. But it's funny. I was texting with my friend Nick yesterday, and we were talking about this. And I just said, you know what, man, at this point, I just feel bad for the guy. I do, because it's like you could see the progression as he was talking to the cops, and basically how he just got to the point where he's like, I got caught, and he's like making these excuses. Like, I have anxiety. I get punched in the head. He mentioned one of
my daughter's dyslexic.
Yeah, my daughter's dyslexic.
I'm out drinking and driving and shooting a gun because my daughter's dyslexic. Good one, John Jones.
Yeah.
Good one. You nailed it there, bud.
And don't get me wrong, all right? I'm not saying that I excuse the behavior or whatever, but it's like at this point I just feel bad for him, because it's kind of getting. I mean, it's not to this point yet, but I mean, when Johnny Tapia was still alive, there was. Like, I just felt for that guy. I mean, coming from my background, like the history of addiction that I have, I just felt bad for Johnny Tapia, man. I was like, man, if I could just hang out with that guy for a week, maybe I could say something to him that could help him. And, it's kind of getting to that point with John. I mean, I don't think it's as bad with John, but it definitely has the potential to get there for sure.
No, here's the problem with John Jones. And I think Dex said it best the other day. I don't know. I think it was one of your podcasts I was watching. And Dex said something along the lines of, no. His problem is that he probably gets a pass from so many cops that pull him over. And then the fucking guy found the one cop that was like, I don't give a shit if you're a celebrity or not. You're out here shooting a gun. You're drinking. Let me tell you something. My mom and dad were so physically abusive to me growing up, okay? You don't even know half of the shit that me and my brother went through, okay? Seriously.
You and I talked about, like...
Yeah, okay. The cult and all that shit. My mom and dad were part of a cult, just so everybody doesn't know, right? But you don't see me out drinking and driving. You don't see me out shooting fucking guns while I'm drinking and driving. You want to know why? Because I know I wouldn't get a pass. So that's why I don't feel bad for him. I think that he thinks because he's a celebrity, he gets away with stuff. And I actually like John Jones. Like, even though I live in Nebraska now, I still root for New Mexico, and I root for New Mexicans, and I root for John Jones. But the guy's fucking up. He had one job to stay home. Yeah. The guy is worth so much money. He could hire somebody. He could hire an Uber driver to drive him around while he drinks in the backseat. Yeah. Guess who gets the ticket? The fucking Uber driver.
Yeah. No,
what is he doing?
And honestly, you know what it probably is, and this is all just us speculating what's going on because we have no idea. I mean, John Jones, he could have CTE. There could be brain damage going on. Drug addiction could be what's going on as well. But I would imagine being a celebrity and being somebody famous like that has got to be really hard because you can't to find true friends, some friends that are going to tell you the truth and they're going to be there for you and they're going to come up to you and be like, "Hey, fuck, excuse me, Cash. Hey, dickhead." You know, like
you can't say "excuse me" and then say "dickhead."
It's hard to find good friends that are going to hold you accountable. You know, and I think that may be what's going on. I don't know, but I can't even imagine being that famous. You know, I think you just kind of feel like you're indestructible. You know.
Well, it's kind of like Cardi B. It's like Cardi B. Cardi B is surrounded by yes men. Anything she wants. Okay, just like Michael Jackson, surrounded by yes men. But the thing is that regardless whether you're surrounded by that or not, you think back and you go, I don't give a shit if you got brain damage or not. I think people are trying to make excuses and try and soften it up a little bit. And it's like, let's be honest about it and not soften it up and go, yo, if that was your neighbor's kid that was driving around drinking, shooting a gun, I don't give a fuck if he had brain damage or not. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's jacked up. I'm sorry, Cash.
I'll just turn it down. It's fine.
No, and you're right. You're right, Double J, because the what's going to happen is he's going to kill somebody. Like when I was watching the arrest video and they were making him, walk the line and they were having him do all the tests they do. He didn't pass. He failed that test miserably. So
I didn't know that. And had he just barely failed it, then that would be one thing. Now you're like, maybe he didn't realize because maybe he's got no brain damage now from getting beat in the head. But being so fucked up, you shouldn't be out driving like that.
Yeah, he's gonna kill a family. He's gonna kill somebody and eventually, and that's what sucks is think about all the things that this guy's gone through. I mean, whether the pregnant lady that he almost killed,
stop. Oh, yeah, he didn't almost kill anybody.
Oh, really?
She got a broken.
You're talking about the hit and run years. You're talking about hit and run.
It wasn't hit and run, but he didn't almost kill her.
Okay, he could have almost. He could have
sensationalized it.
He already. Hold on. Let me sensationalize it. This is Dex's next time he tells the story. You guys remember when John Jones a few years ago did that hit and run and he severed that lady's arms and laughed at her when she was bleeding out?
Exactly.
It's like those situations, like through the past 10 years, his track record is awful, man. And you would think he would have had to come to Jesus because he loves Jesus. You would think
he hasn't had a hard enough punishment. That's the problem.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't really felt the consequences of his actions yet. And that's one of the things that, people that have substance abuse issues, like that will straighten a lot of people out. Some people it won't, but he really truly hasn't felt the repercussions of his actions yet. He was actually with somebody. I'll leave them nameless right now. But a pretty influential person that Dex, you and I know, we're friends with
in Albuquerque.
in Albuquerque,
from New Mexico,
huh?
Holly goddamn Holmes. You know what? You're the preacher's daughter. Anyway, it shouldn't have been you, Holly.
Listen. And this person was talking to him, and he told me I just talked to him the other day, and he was like, 2 months ago, I was sitting here with him, and I told him I was like, John, you got to get yourself a driver. Whatever you do, just get yourself a driver. Yeah, somebody had that conversation with him 2 months ago.
Hold on, I'm gonna. While you're talking, I'm gonna Google something.
Okay.
Hold on.
What are you Googling?
Hold your panties for a second here.
All right.
Andrew's got a comment for us. On a serious note, you all need to be on the podcast. Double J is the tell-it-all, no filter type you need. But really? What are we, Andrew?
Yeah. We're not like it is?
Little pussies? Is that what it is?
Hey, listen, Andrew, how dare you attack my friends? But you're right. Hold on. This says John Jones is only worth $10 million. He's got to be worth more than that now.
I mean, think about this though. He did lose a lot of his endorsements after the whole steroid stuff, and then he didn't fight for a couple years, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's making a cut of the pay-per-view when he does fight. I mean, he's probably getting $5 to $10 million a fight, I would bet.
Yeah, that's where you at on
CelebrityNetWorth.com.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's not.
I have them at $12 million. That's what this says.
Because my buddy Steven Christian from Anberlin, the lead singer, if you Google him, it says Anberlin's worth $40 million and he's worth $10 million, and there's no freaking way he's worth $10 million, or the band's worth $40 million. So that's.
I mean, but here's what I don't understand. Okay, let's say you're only worth $10 million, John, just listen. John, talk to me for a second. Let me talk to you, John. I'm going to talk directly to John Bones Jones, okay? This is how you know I'm being serious. John, listen to me, okay? Stop being a fucking nincompoop, okay? You're worth how much fucking money? What the fuck is wrong with you? You can hire a driver for you're worth $10 million. Hire a driver for $50,000 a year. Make this motherfucker get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to take you to the store to buy some aspirin because you got a headache because you got your brains beat in. That's fine. $50,000 a year. You know how many? I would quit my job. No, I probably wouldn't quit my job. But you know how many people would quit their job and come be your driver for $50,000 a year? But yet you're driving around drinking, shooting guns, being fucking stupid.
Yeah,
your friend is right.
You know he's going to fight that too. I mean, unless they found the bullet, the actual slug from the gun, there's probably
I will guarantee you. Let me tell you something. I guarantee you, if they did that, they swabbed his hand for gunpowder.
They'd have to have a warrant for that. They'd have to get a warrant.
No. If they suspect you of shooting a gun, they can take your hand, put it in a paper bag, and guess what? They're going to swab that shit.
Yeah, I don't think they did that. I'm almost certain they didn't. I can find out real quick, but I'm almost.
I do like. Listen, I do like John Bones Jones. I don't want people thinking I'm bashing on John Bones Jones because I do like him, but God damn it, it's like what are you fucking doing, bro? You should have just been at home.
So if so let's hop off of Bones back real.
Okay.
Andrew wants to know, what about Diego the Psycho Sanchez? Is what he says. Diego the Nightmare Sanchez. You're probably not familiar with what's going on with Diego.
I don't know. I think I've interviewed him a few times on my show when I was in Albuquerque. But I what's going on with him?
So he has a new trainer. His name is Joshua Fabia, and he's got a school called the School of Self-Awareness. And you need to go on his Instagram feed, Diego's, and just look at the stuff that he says about this guy. And there's this huge controversy right now because he's like his only coach. So when Diego had his last fight here in Albuquerque, he was getting worked, and right. his coach is saying he's blocking all these shots. He's not getting hit. But I mean, Dex, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
He was losing handily.
Oh yeah.
Until the guy kneed him in the face while he was down and got disqualified.
Yeah.
But this guy is like Joshua Labia, he says. This guy Josh Fabia is like it's one of those things. It's like, there's that new show on Netflix, Tiger King. I bet within 5 years there's going to be something about Josh Fabia on Netflix. There's going to be like a limited mini series documentary about this guy and the bullshit that he is propagating. I mean, I'm not even sure. It's nuts. It's absolutely insane. And the fans are ruthless. They're being absolutely ruthless with Diego. If you go on there and start reading the comments, you can see all the stuff that people are saying. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, you got to give it to Diego though. He's sticking to his guns, man, and I got to respect him. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
But that goes back to what Jay said. It's like you need friends, or maybe it was you, Dex, said you need friends that are going to give it to you straight.
Yeah.
It's like I've sat down with you before and had super hard conversations, because I love you. You're my like my brother, and I'll do that for you guys. Somebody needs to sit down with Diego and do that. But I think if they did, he still wouldn't hear it.
Maybe not. You're right.
Because when people start hearing things is when they want to start hearing it. Because
Sure.
Listen, I've talked openly about how when I worked at the radio station in Albuquerque, man, I was so addicted to taking Vicodins and shit. It was ridiculous. I got in a car accident and I was just being overprescribed for years. I didn't realize that, and I didn't really listen until I wanted to listen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I had friends that would say, "Hey, man, you need to fucking chill out on that." But I was like, yeah, okay. So you can tell somebody till they're blue in the face, but it's not until they want. Like Buck, I'm sure, you know, with the problems that you've dealt with, people told you, and you're like, okay, yeah, but you don't hear it until you want to hear it. Can I change subjects about something really quick?
Please, can we talk about the Tiger documentary?
That's what. Oh, hold on. I got to show you guys something. How do I turn this around? How do I turn the video around?
I don't know. It's your phone.
Oh, here we go.
Do you have a tiger blanket hanging in your window?
Hold on. You just wait and watch there, buddy.
Why do you have that? Is that a framed picture of that dude?
Oh my god! No, I saw that on Instagram.
It's on my Instagram.
Oh. Is there like a face generator for that now that puts you on the tiger guy?
This is the best.
I can't see yours.
Here,
I can't see it.
I gotta show you guys something. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys something.
That's the best. Oh my gosh. So good.
Dude, that guy's bonkers, bro. Bonkers.
Dude, I was talking to my girlfriend about this. Like, can you imagine what it's like for him in prison right now? I mean, he's the biggest star right now in the country.
Oh yeah.
And he's in prison. And you know, I mean, he's probably partying it up, having a good time in prison right now.
No, I think he's got to be isolated, bro, because he's got to be a target now.
You think
he's a target now because yes, he's a celebrity now. Yeah, he's got to be a target now.
What the hell? What's the deal with the other tiger lady who killed her husband? What is up with that?
Okay,
Carol,
so
I didn't feed my husband to the tiger's basket.
I'm only 3 episodes in.
Wait, you're only 3 in?
I'm only 3 in, so don't spoil it. Don't give me spoilers.
But let me ask you, Buck. So those 3 episodes, were you just like hooked to where you're like, I got to keep going, or
no
family and everything?
No, it was kind of hard for me to get through the first 2.
Really?
It's getting better. I don't know.
Why is that? I'm trying to figure out. Like, there's been people that have been making comments in the same boat. Like, I couldn't really get into it. And I'm like, what? How is that even possible?
Well, it's because it's like you and I have different. You get there, buddy?
Sorry.
Did you get a beer?
I'm trying to get a beer out. Hold on. I'm trying to get a beer out. Hold on.
I'm watching like The Outsider. I'm watching Ozark.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, Ozark. Yes. Ozark 3 is
watching that and just going, holy crap, this is the biggest train wreck of my life. And I can't turn this off. That's what I need to see from you. And the fact that you're not doing that, it worries me a little bit.
Listen, you don't worry about me. I'm just fine. Okay.
Hey, Buck, you started. Okay, wait. Let's talk TV shows. Good TV shows. Okay. Ozark, right. Obviously, Tiger King. Everybody should be watching. But Ozark 3, I'm on. I think the third episode right now. It's pretty damn good. We just
started the first episode, and I mean, just the first episode, the first 10 minutes is like
of Ozark.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's legit. So Ozark is okay. So let's just kind of shift this whole paradigm right now. Shows people need to be binge watching during the quarantine.
Okay.
Ozark for sure. Tiger King. We've got that. If you haven't seen Outsider yet, you need to watch Outsider.
I watched you through that.
Yeah.
Watched all of it. That's a good one. It's Stephen King.
Yeah. That's really good. And then
there's a classic that everybody's forgetting about. Latina Hermaphrodites. Okay. Great movie you should be talking about.
What is this?
It's a great it's hermaphrodite or woman. You have to try and guess whether or not so you got to watch all this stuff, right?
Is it a real
show?
Know,
yes, whether it's a chick or a dude. So you have to try and guess what it is, and then at the end of the scene, boom, they reveal it.
No,
how do they reveal? By do they whip it out?
Yeah, no, they just show a shot.
Do they whip it out?
Okay. Honestly, I just made all that shit up, but
okay.
You tell me that wouldn't be a great.
You're going to be shooting the pilot, right? You're going to go out and shoot the pilot for it.
Me and Jamie Lee Curtis. What? Jamie Lee Curtis is a hermaphrodite.
Yes, we know that. I gotta post this comment for you. Here you go.
What is it?
You motherfucker.
Oh, that's good. Must be Rumspringer, huh?
Andrew, Andrew, let me tell you something. I will Allah Akbar your fucking ass so quick you won't even know what fucking bomb hit you, left or right. You won't even know. Cash, oh my gosh. You hear Dex don't talk like that in front of Cash. I'm trying to tell Dex not to talk like that in front of Cash. What do you
okay,
think?
Bro.
So the other thing, I don't know if you guys are into this, and I think they might have delayed it a little bit too, because I don't think episode 3 was out yet, but the 3rd season of Westworld started. And Westworld,
I haven't been able to get into it. I can't watch it, dude.
Dude, it's frightening. Like the AI is I watched a documentary called Do You Trust This Computer? And it had all these big hitters on there, like Elon Musk and like all these like pioneers of technology. And he's talking about AI. And I think that the way that Westworld portrays that is probably, that's the direction that people want AI to go. They do. That's what they're looking for. So yeah. So that's
I've tried watching it, man. I just couldn't get into it. I got bored. I was like, eh.
Yeah, I kind of fell off the 2nd season.
What?
Okay, let me tell you another show which we're all familiar with, of course, Better Call Saul, right? Yeah. Is this not the best season so far?
So good.
I fell off.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Hey, I understand. It started getting a little boring. Dude, this season is legit, bro.
It's like,
and it was nice to see. And it was nice to see Stephen Michael Quesada back on the show and Dean Norris back on the show.
Oh, cool. They're back.
Yeah, but they're DEA agents before the whole Walter White incident. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. We have Jeremiah is a buddy of ours. He's on there too. He plays Gus Fring's kind of like Hatchet Man. He doesn't really say a whole lot, but he just goes out.
Yeah.
Andrew's actually got a good recommendation here, which was another phenomenal show. And it's not called The Hunted; it's called Hunters on Amazon Prime.
Oh, is that with the big? I tried watching it. I didn't get into it.
Yeah, the Nazi, the Jewish hunters. Really good.
You get into an Al Pacino show?
Well, here's the thing. So I had to do this whole. I started watching it, and then did you see the episode where they did the human chess match and anybody so people got really offended at that because they were like, that actually never happened. And it's like, who gives a shit? It was like, God, never mind. I probably shouldn't say that. Never mind. I was going to say, listen, let's just say someone's a Nazi, right? Back in those days, that would be something that those Nazis would do, right? Like it's very conceivable that they would actually do something like that. So for people to be all upset going, how dare you put that in there? Okay, all right, Andrew, I'll give it to you. It does look a little. All right, I'll give you that player.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
that was good. All right, well, listen, hey, I need to go put him to bed. It's already.
Can I talk to him real quick? Just real quick.
Double J wants to talk to you. No. He says no.
Just Cash. You can hear me, right, buddy? Just say.
I'm gonna mute you. Hold on.
No. I'm not. I'm serious.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Cash. No, I promise I'm going to be nice. Cash.
All right.
I just want to say, buddy, I'm sorry that Dex was cursing so much.
Oh, you cut him off.
Cash did it. Oh, God, that was amazing.
Cash,
button. He took you off.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
the acorn in the tree.
Hey, Double J, will you come back on one of these days and talk about your life? Because you came on when I was doing the morning show with Steve-O, and you opened up a lot about your childhood and how you were in a cult. Your parents were in a cult, and so it's a crazy story. So you got to come back on and share that.
Oh no, yeah, I'll share that. And you know what's ironic is when my girlfriend and I just took this vacation that we were talking about earlier in the show. We drove down there. And it's the first person I've ever taken down there to see. And I showed her like where we used to live. Yeah, it was pretty wild, man. It was pretty crazy. It's so surreal to be back there. And it's just creepy. It's weird. Like the mansion where that guy lived. Now, if you even go on the property, there's giant signs that the FBI put up that said you'll get arrested and charged with a felony just for coming on the property. It's pretty wild. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. Double J, for you people out there, the 8 of you that are listening right now, we were actually going to do a podcast together before he moved away, like right before he had some stuff happen, some personal stuff. We were going full bore, and then some stuff happened in his life and he had to get out of town. But we actually talked
about make a run for it.
Yeah, we actually talked about that in length during that one episode that we recorded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty.
One of these days I'll come back on there and I'll tell you guys the whole story. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, we should probably do this earlier in the day because we don't have a ton of listeners, a bunch of people watching right now. So we probably
a bunch of people watching. This is like prime time when everybody's on their phones.
No, everybody's watching freaking Tiger King right now.
Is Cash sitting right there still?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I'm not going to say it. This is prime time for. Okay, that's what everybody's doing right now.
Yeah. Beast with 2 X. It's happening right now. Sweet, sweet love.
Well, stay home.
So you don't save this episode and upload it?
Yeah, it'll get posted. It'll save. So people can watch it. They can go back and watch it.
Hey, you know what I want to talk about next time we do this? Sorry, I keep going out of view here. I would love to talk about, who you should get on the show?
Who?
You should get Carlos Duran on the show.
Yeah,
I would love to find out. I would love to find out if that move to change their name from 93.3 KOB, which was just it was a legendary radio station.
Yeah,
and my guess is that some knuckle knob at corporate was like, "Oh, let's change it to the Q." And now, from what I see, I mean, I don't know what their 1834 numbers are, but I know their 12+ numbers are struggling pretty bad. The 12+ numbers, it looks like they are, but I don't know how their 1834 numbers are. I don't know if he would even talk about that, but it would be interesting to get the take on, just because we're radio guys from.
He's not going to come on and mother F the company. There's no
not the mother F it. I just want to know if it was his decision to change it from 93.3 KOB to the Q, or if it was a corporate decision.
You want me to text him real quick and find out?
Yeah, text him. Yeah,
okay.
Text him.
Hold on.
I do think that I think the station sounds great, but I was in town a couple months ago, and my girlfriend and I were listening to it, and I was just like, ugh, I don't know, maybe just because I'm so used to hearing 93.3 KOB, and just to hear it, it's different,
I didn't even know they weren't called that anymore. I was actually down there. I was down there like 3 weeks ago doing Darren White's radio show with him, and I had no idea that they changed their moniker.
Yeah, to 93.3 the Q.
Yeah.
I don't get why you would change that. Like, to me, I don't understand that. But
well, probably too, because KOB AM ended up going to 96.3 FM. So now KKOB is on FM. The talk.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. No, well, that makes sense. Well, that's why they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good sounding station. I mean, they sound pretty good.
Yeah.
Let me get your guys' thoughts on a couple radio stations.
Okay.
How do you think Kiss 97.3 sounds?
It's definitely. I don't think it's as good as it used to sound.
Right.
Just to be honest,
I haven't listened to it in a while. Dana's back on.
She's doing middays. Here's the problem with Dana. Dana is my buddy actually is producing her show. So and for anybody who is familiar with Albuquerque radio, people know that I made fun of Dana on the radio every day for years. It's kind of what we did. I mean, it was. I took over a radio station that was market 17. We were number 17 in the market. They were number 1. I attacked the big dog. But it was nothing ever personal against Dana. I thought Dana was actually a very good morning show person.
Yeah.
And one time, I'm in Los Angeles, and the elevator door opens. I'm at the Roosevelt Hotel in Los Angeles by myself. Elevator door opens, and it's Dana Cortez and her husband.
Oh, man.
No BS. I had to sit there and go, hey, man, I'm really sorry. It's nothing personal. But she's a nice human being. She really is.
Yeah,
but what she's doing now with her show is they're trying to do kind of like a Cheaters Hotel, but it's not Cheaters Hotel. Kind of like the whole premise of War of the Roses, Cheaters Hotel, Second Date Update, like all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But they're trying to do it in middays. And
yeah. Well, she's not just doing middays, though. I mean, she's there. They own that show at this point. So, like, I still talk to her occasionally.
Yeah.
So is it live? Is it a live midday show, or is she taking it recorded?
It's all pre-recorded. It comes in through Mr. Matt, from what I understand.
Yeah.
We run Tino Cochino out here, and Tino Cochino, we assign cart numbers and boom, everything gets loaded up automatically. But the way we have it set up on the show out here is he sounds like he's live in the studio, and I think that's what they're trying to accomplish with Dana.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure it's coming off.
Yeah, well, there's a guy right now that's on with us, and his name's John Mooney, and he is actually in San Antonio, and he listens to her in San Antonio, and I know they're on for sure on.
No, that one's probably live.
Yeah, they're live in San Antonio, but then she's also on. She's on a station. It's a guy that I used to do a morning show with, Young Mark, and I think Dex did a show with him too. He used to be the general manager or the operations manager for Riviera in Phoenix, and they're on Riviera too. So they own the show, and what they're trying to do, they're trying to take it national.
No, they are. They're syndicated. I mean, our company runs we have some stations that run the Dana Cortez show. I was just curious. Like, to me, I thought she was a very, very good morning girl.
Yeah.
And like her morning show was great. Like I talked shit about it because that was my job, but it was nothing ever personal. But the midday one, I hear some breaks that I'm like, yo, it's a fantastic break. And then sometimes I just go, to me, it sounds like they have a programmer or somebody who's telling them, oh, you need to do this. You need to do this. And we all know in middays, you can't do that in middays. You can't be doing second date update type stuff in middays. It's don't stop the music and,
Yeah. People have it on at their stores and shop. It's just that. You can't do
like I have a midday girl. I have a midday girl here in Nebraska. Her name is Lindsay, and she is by far one of the best midday personalities that I have ever heard. And I'm not just saying that because I work with her. I think she's absolutely fantastic. She's all about pop culture. She's funny. She's personable. She doesn't stop the music. She's very, very, very good. And if Dana Cortez was to come into this market against us, my morning girl would beat the snot out of her because Dana's stopping the music too much.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. All right, one more.
Yeah.
What's that station? What is it now? Z1063. What the F happened there?
I don't think I've heard it.
I don't even know what it is now. Oh, wait. No, I do know what it is. So
they're still top 40.
Yeah, it's a top 40 station. So they brought a guy in. I think they brought a guy in from Sacramento or something like that.
Is that Jeff and Jer in the morning? Not Jeff and Jer, but
it's the guy and the girl out of Seattle.
Oh, that's right.
Is that what you're talking about?
No,
I haven't heard their morning show. What I know about them is
what is it?
Isn't it John Jay and Rich?
No, it's not.
I think
it's a guy.
No, John Jay and Rich was on the Hot 95 one or whatever that was, and they just tanked in the market and they got blown out. But I know like a guy from, who was it? He owns like a oldies station or something, and he's trying to run it from what I hear. I'm like, holy moly.
Yeah, I haven't.
They have a salesperson. From what last I heard, they had a salesperson doing their voice.
Oh, you know what?
As a voice guy.
Which guy?
It's that guy that we talked to that one time.
It owns a internet radio station that tried to hire us when we got fired.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing he lowballed you guys.
Oh well, he was all like, he's like, here you go, you guys can. He showed us. I mean, it was a beautiful studio, and he's like, he was showing us like he had all these radio stations online, and he was like, we want to make a Buck and Dex channel, kind of like Howard Stern on Sirius XM, where he has 2 or 3 channels. And he's like, we'll do like a Buck and Dex channel live and then a Buck and Dex replay, but you guys have to go out and sell. I can't pay you anything, so everything you go out and sell, that's how you're going to make your money. We'll split it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We were like,
yeah.
That was right after we were fired. So we were kind of like, nah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the wrong one. Somebody just corrected me. Brook and Jubal is what I was thinking of, and that's 105.1.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Brook and Jubal are pretty good. I mean, not my cup of tea, but I mean, they're pretty good. Yeah. I mean, that's a syndicated show. Again, I mean, they got 8 people working on a show like that. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Does Cash need to go to bed?
You ready to go to bed?
Yeah.
He says no.
No. He says no.
He says no a lot. You try to steal his food, he'll say no.
You say everything you say to him, he basically says no at this point.
Cash, do you want $1,000?
Do you want $1,000? No. Do you want
Right.
No. Do you want pizza?
Do you want to go to Disneyland?
Do you want to go to Disneyland? No. He knows about the coronavirus. I already taught him.
Do you want a new dad?
Do you want a new dad? Do you want a new dad? No.
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 Do you want to go to heaven, Cash?
You want to go to heaven? Yeah, he wants to go to heaven. He's just
words in his mouth. Don't put words in his mouth.
Right, let the kid answer for himself. Hey, Dex is friends with the Juggalos now too. He'll send the Juggalos over there.
Yeah,
you don't want to mess with him.
Mandy wants us to keep this thing going.
Who does?
Mandy does. I've got 12% left in my battery.
I don't even think I have that. I'll keep talking until my phone dies.
Well,
yeah. All right, you guys talk.
By the way,
I'm gonna go
next time I come out there, hold on. Next time I come out there, and then I'll get off. Are we going to do the 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes?
Okay, so listen, hold on.
You're crazy.
I told the vagina monologues right there that you wanted to do this, and he is like poo-pooing all over it. He was like, "Oh, we can't do that," and I was like,
"Why?
He's a grown-ass man. If he wants to do that, he can do it."
Bro, I got up to like 70-something shots, I think. Before I finally 80-something shots before I threw up. It's just beer. It's you're not taking shots of vodka. You're taking a shot of beer.
It doesn't matter. You know what? If you want to do it,
comes out.
You want to do
Dex, it comes out to the equivalent of about 16 beers.
Yeah, I would die. My whole point is I would die.
Right, but you would go out you would go out epically.
No, I wouldn't.
Are you kidding?
Nobody would remember.
The Buck and Dead. Listen, it would be the Buck and Dead Dex podcast. Okay,
the Buck and Dead podcast. I love that.
The Buck and Dead Dex podcast. You would get so much publicity out of that.
No, I'm good.
Podcast host dies.
No, I get drunk off of one beer. I don't drink.
I know. I can't. Let me tell you something. I can't drink. I can't drink anymore either. Yeah. I was so hungover yesterday because I drank like 4 beers. It's so ridiculous because now we're getting older and I try and drink. I'm like,
how old are you now? Jay, how old are you now?
Oh,
yeah,
years old.
You realize we can see you doing that, right?
Oh, can you? Oh, is it still moving? Son of a. Yeah. All right.
Andrew says just hire Baxter to replace Dex after he dies. Beer challenge.
I'll come back and haunt your asses.
It will be the Buck and Dead show then. You can just come back and be the dead guy.
Can I ask you a question? And you can tell me you don't want to talk about it if you want. Whatever happened with that? Are you guys friends with him or no? Not.
I'm the one that's always been very politically correct about this, and
you wish him the best.
I'll stay above board, but I'll tell the truth. I don't have any bad feelings towards Baxter at all, none whatsoever. However, I never got a phone call after we got fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How many times?
Yeah. From Baxter, I got a call.
But wait, weren't you guys friends for years and years?
Double J, hold on. How many times did he call you, Dex?
Once.
He called you one time?
One time.
Oh, okay. Well,
but the thing is, it was I got a call, but then it was the very next day. It was Baxter and Janae photo shoots they had to have done days prior, so they knew they were going to be the new morning show. So it was just, I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me just play devil's advocate. In fairness, I know it's a shitty thing, but in fairness, you get told you can't say anything. If you do, you'll get fired too.
I get it. No,
I mean that's just how radio's a dirty business.
You know what? We had Chuck Hammond on. Did you listen to the episode with Chuck Hammond?
I saw I think a clip of it. But I was like, oh shit, there's Chuck. Okay, good.
Yeah. He kind of cleared everything up we didn't ask him directly, like, did Baxter know about this before? We didn't ask because it doesn't matter. It's just business.
It's just business. Yeah, that's the thing. It has nothing to do with us getting fired. There's other things that but
there's things if you guys are friends and if you guys were all friends,
yeah,
you would expect some phone calls.
Well, okay.
At least I would.
I
would
say
go,
this.
yo, you didn't even call me after I got fired? Screw you.
If Baxter ever wanted to talk to me and try to work this out and talk about it, absolutely I would. And
well, shocker. Guess who's on the phone right now? Hey, Baxter, you're on the air.
And joining us
next. That would have been funny. That would have been
good. Yeah. So,
like this whole time I had that ace in my pocket.
But it's there's a lot of private stuff that, I don't want to talk about, but it's, if he ever wanted to, I would love to move on past everything, and figure it out.
Did you see that comment?
What?
Did you see that comment right there?
Which one?
It said Dex isn't hanging out with Steve-O enough. Are you and Steve-O still cool?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, Steve-O and I are totally cool. Yeah, definitely. He lives on the west side. And, East Siders don't mingle with West Siders, so.
Dude, what? You need to shut up. You were living in a fucking camper 2.5 weeks ago.
Wait, were you really?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hey,
yeah, dude. I live next to homeless
trailer trash? Like trailer trash?
I live next to homeless camper. Huh?
He was living like a little pop-up camper.
Okay.
I was like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon.
Dex, no, that was very white trash. Okay, here's the real true test of whether you're white trash or not.
Okay,
when you were living in that little camper, okay,
yeah,
did you ever go outside and shit outside?
No.
Yes, he did. Oh my god! Why wouldn't you immediately say no?
Hold on. You know what? I bet you money you were the dude that would just open your door and stand there and just hang out just outside.
Yep.
Weren't you? Tell the truth. You did. Look at how red his face is. He's total. You're a terrible liar.
And he would be like this. He'd be like this. Right, you sons of bitches. What's up?
Don't ever do that again. Oh, I can't unsee that.
Man, you need to start running, Double J. Come on.
I know, bro. I know. I was just telling my girlfriend today. I'm like, man, I'm up to 236. I was down when I moved to Hawaii after Michael died.
Oh, you look good.
I went up to almost 250 pounds. I dropped down to 213 pounds. I haven't been able to work out because I hurt my shoulder.
Dude, you were doing the UFC gym stuff and you were getting ripped. You looked good.
I'm down to I was down to 213. Now, as of this morning, back up to 236. It's a struggle, bro.
Dude, no, it's not. Just get up and go for a walk. Just go for a walk.
I was on such a strict diet in Hawaii that for almost 6 months, only once a week would I drink one soda, one hamburger. I never ate pastries, nothing. I ate 4.3 ounces of rice, 7 ounces of chicken, 5 times a day.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit of advice. This is what I did when I was so fat. It sucked when I ran because all my fat jiggled, and that's no fun.
Yeah.
But when I first started, I would walk 3 or 4 miles, just go 3 or 4 miles in one direction. And then once I got 3 or 4 miles down the road, I realized, oh shit, I have to walk 3 or 4 miles back. So it ended up being like 7-8 miles by the time I got back. It's all just your mindset, It's like you just have to kind of trick your mind, but just go walk. You don't have to do anything too crazy. Just start out walking.
I mean, I gotta be honest, Dex. I'd probably rather masturbate.
I gotta go.
All right, hey, okay. I gotta put Cash to bed.
Okay. We love you.
Cash is still sitting there listening.
He's falling asleep on me right now. He's zoning out. My wife just walked by and she's like, he needs to go to bed. So,
all right. So let's do this again soon. All right.
Are you going to be available for us again, Double J?
Yeah, anytime, man.
All right.
Hey, how about next time? Can I just throw this out there? Next time, we each come up with 3 topics we want to talk about.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
They can be political. They can be discussed. They can be, but you throw them out there because I think that would take up a solid hour block.
Dude, we've already been on for like an hour and a half right now.
All right, because my very first one we're going to be talking about Latina transvestites. Hear me out on it.
All right.
No, I want to finish
I'm muted.
Conversation with Buck. That's what I want. I want to be able to talk Tiger King.
We can talk Tiger King. All right. See you later, boys.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Later, guys. Bye.
Later.